How do you get this impeller, this big wheel, off a Champion chipper shredder? There was a little bit of a wreck. There were some hand clippers or something metal in a pile of compost that was being shredded, and it went through. And it ended up bending this ear, and it totally destroyed this part. It wasn't found. This is a replacement. I put it, and it also bent up this grill. It was worse than this, and I straightened it out the best I could. I bought replacement flail right here to replace that, and I got a brand new pin. That's the new pin, and I attempted to straighten that, but it wasn't quite aligned. It wasn't good, and immediately blew up. So what I've done is I went to see if I could just order the wheel, and I would swap over the blades. They sell this entire thing as a unit. It has the blades on it already, and I'll show you that after. So I ordered the entire unit, and it just arrived today. So now I'm taking this off. If you look at any videos on the internet, it talks about a lot of these chippers. They're the exact same. They're probably made by the same place in China, wherever. This hole is threaded with a larger thread than the shaft on the inside that comes. It's an extended camshaft. It's got a thread on it. This has got a bigger thread on it. What you can do is get a special cut down bolt, and it's got an extended tip on it. Basically, you thread it into this larger hole, and the extended tip goes through into a hollow in the camshaft or end on the camshaft, and it will pop off. So you can use this puller bolt. This cartoon is to explain how the removal tool would work. The removal tool is in red. This is the removal tool you would use if your impeller, that's what this thing is, was tapped here. What this represents is the impeller. The impeller there is a slip fit here to the camshaft. And it is slip fit, and there's a big key also. And this is not to scale. That's actually longer engagement, but it just shows you. It's a cartoon. The camshaft is tapped, and a bolt threads into that, and the bolt sits then with washers on top of the impeller, the big wheel, and holds it down. On my impeller, I don't have any threads here. It's just straight through, so I have nothing to grip on. But on some impellers, this is threaded, and it's threaded. This diameter here is much larger than that diameter. So the bolt can go through, and it doesn't even contact that. But on your tool, what is in red, it has large threads up here, and then it necks down and has just a thin thing like a punch, and it is smaller than the thread, so it doesn't contact the threads, it just contacts the bottom of the hole. When you turn this bolt, it's got a bolt head on it, it's basically a modified bolt. It threads through here and runs itself down. As it runs down, it pushes on the camshaft, the bottom hole of the camshaft, and so it separates those two. As it works in that thread, pop, there it goes. So that's how that works. This is not how it works for my machine, and I had to come up with another method. So this is a brief explanation of that. If you were to make up this, you would buy a bolt, whatever the thread size is there, about 5 inches long, something like that, and you'd have to do some measurements. Measure with a piece of wire the depth of the bore and so on, and you would grind down the bolt so it was a small diameter here that would fit into this M12 hole. This is M12 threads here, at least on mine it is. And unfortunately, this one and this wheel, impeller wheel, and the one that I received, there's a smooth bore through here. There is nothing you can use, no feature on this you can use in there to push it off the camshaft. So I've tried some things. I tried on engine hoist, suspending this impeller from chains, and then tap, 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 tap. I put a bolt in there and tap, 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 bang, 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 trying to knock the camshaft back. It does not move. There's a fairly tight fitting shaft and a keyway there. So I thought I will use a puller. It's a 2-jaw puller. I thought, will these jaws grip at the angle and will they hold position here? And what I will do is put in the bolt, and I'm threading it. I want to get maximum thread engagement, so I'm putting it all the way down, and I'm just leaving it 1/8 of an inch from seating. Now I've already had this off, so it's not going to pop or anything like that. It's a straight shaft with the key. It's not tapered or anything like that. So you probably won't get a pop or anything. But you put it on like this. I drilled a little spot drill in the center of the bolt so that this will have something to center on. It's actually kind of ground away. And I put a dab of oil on it. And go like so. Now the thing I was afraid of was, because of this angle to the jaws, was it going to pop out. So I put an additional clamp. It may not have been necessary. Well, may not have been necessary, but I put this welding clamp on like that just to contain it. I don't want the jaws to pop out of the holes. And it's a little bit crooked there, so we use a tiny hammer and periodically make sure, okay, that's in alignment. Okay, so far so good. Okay, and I use the wrench like this, and now this is coming nice and easy, and I've used up that 1/8 inch of slack that I had, so now I'm backing it off. This is especially nice that I have this clamped in place. It's not flopping off when I undo this. But the bolt, I'm backing out the bolt. I'll back it out 1/4 inch. Since it's coming easily now, I'm going to back it out 1/4 inch. And now I'm going to tighten back against the screw that is screwed into the camshaft. But there's a gap between the head and the end of the shaft, or the face of the impeller. There, I just bottomed it out on the impeller. It drew the impeller up. So this is coming up. Back off the pusher nut, and now I'm reaching down into the nut down here. I backed out the screw, so just a few threads are engaged. There's a 1/2 inch to take up there. Just watch that gap there. The wheel is, the impeller's coming up. Okay, at this point, I should be able to pull this thing off. It just was a little sticky before. Okay. Well, you can see. Okay. Well, you can see. Keep wiggling. Don't let go. There you go. So, see, it's a keyed bore. I did put penetrating oil in this last night. There's the key. Don't lose that. It seems to be set in there, and that's the shaft. Okay. I'll clean off the shaft. There's a lot of dirt around here, so I don't want to draw dirt onto that. I'm checking the key, nothing's twisted. I'm thinking one thing I worried about was from the impact, did I shear the key or twist it at all? But it pulled off nicely, and I'm pretty certain that didn't happen. When it did jam up, it was the flails hitting that screen here. This is where it jammed, and bits and pieces wedged between the impeller and the sprout. And I'm just smearing a tiny bit of clean hands here, just a tiny bit of anti-seize here. They'll protect it if it were to rust or something. There is no rust apparent here. And I'm cleaning the bushing or the bore in the mating part. Notice the key's at the bottom about 7 o'clock, and if I peer through this little hole I can actually see the keyway and line it up. So we'll get to, I'm tipping it on an angle, you see, not flat, but on an angle. I'm engaging, I'm making sure that key is timed correctly. There, I feel it. I'm trying to walk this, or let this settle on. And if I get it just perfect, it will drop on. You're not, oh, there we go. That is down. The screw will take it the rest of the way. We'll do this. The last thing is to bolt it down. There's a stepped washer. You can see that there. It locates into the blade and it retains the blade down, sucks it in. There's a flat washer and a lock washer. And this metric bolt goes in here. I think it's an M12 thread on it. Not that it matters, but if you had to replace it, M12, and I'm not sure, but I think it's fine. I think it's an 1 1/4 pitch, or 1 1/4, 1 1/4 millimeter pitch. So on the head of this, oops, you know what I wanted to do was put a little bit of anti-seize on this. Not that it was tight when I took it off, but this thing's only about 2 months old, this whole thing. We had an ice storm and a lot of trees, the tree limbs came down. Anyhow, but in future, 10 years from now, maybe somebody will want to take this bolt out. So there we go. And this is a 17 millimeter wrench. Set it to tighten. We go like so. And for a little extra muscle, I slide a pipe on it. I'm not going to over torque it, but I just like to that if you really, when you remove the bolt and so on, one thing you can do is put a 2x4 in, stand it like that. We're compressing the lock washer. Now we're getting to torque. And I say that's sufficient. And we are installed. I have not received, via the mail, I have not received the new shredder grate. The shredder grate, this one I could bend, and I don't want to try and bend it again. It has to align with these. These have to poke through, and it's got a little pilot hole there, and then a pin goes through here, and then you put the shroud on. But I will leave the rest of the assembly as a professor I know used to say, an exercise for the student. And if you got it apart, you can put it back together. There are a number of screws, and basically you need a 10 millimeter wrench and maybe a 12 at some point. So I hope that helps you if you have to remove an impeller and it is not the threaded style of impeller, and you have to use a puller. So just wanted to show you there is another way.